How's the tour going so far?
The tour is going so far. It's going well. It's just starting, so we're just getting into things. But it's going well so far. The crowd last night was pretty crazy. Probably one of the craziest on the tours. But it was more of an intimate setting, so they were probably a little bit more close. So that's why they were crazier. But it was fun.
Where do you think is your biggest fan base aside from the US?
Aside from the U.S., I think it might be Germany because checking just numbers wise and how my album sold out here on iTunes and it being number one was definitely a lot of proof in the pudding of that's overseas. Germany is one of my biggest fan bases for sure.
I mean, you already said that your album Up and Away entered the charts. It's in the top 20. Was that unexpected because you're still an independent artist?
Not really that it was unexpected. It was definitely something I wanted to work towards, and I felt like I needed, what I'm saying, that validation for other record labels and other people, and for myself to just show that what I'm saying, just to prove to myself that I felt like I've been working that much because I've been working really hard, and what I'm saying, it's only so much you can say you're working hard until the numbers actually show. So it was definitely a big thing for me, but we worked towards it. Now it wasn't really a surprise. I always feel like I can do better. So now it's just to exceed that.
I mean, you always have to reach out for something bigger.
Yeah. I mean, some people get comfortable and like to be, and do the same thing, but I definitely got to exceed every time and do it bigger.
In one interview, you said that artists nowadays don't really need the major labels to get bigger. Did you get any offers by now that made you change your mind?
I've gotten offers since just this past year before the album and after the album, of course, raised the bar. But I do feel like as an artist, there is a lot you can do for yourself as an independent artist that people think record labels that you need them for. Not necessarily saying record labels can't do anything for you, but there is a ceiling you do hit as an independent artist, but you have to first reach that ceiling and do as much as you can and then think about what's that next step of doing it bigger, which would be the major label deal. But right now it's still just working up and away and doing it independent.
For the future, do you have any plans for features or collaborations? Because you've already had a feature, which was, I think it wasn't really planned, but you already had a feature with Lil Wayne on When I Sleep, which was not really planned, was it?
Nah, that was more of like a collaboration with the producer. And the producer, sometimes you get work with producers and they grab other artists and put them all together on one record. Like more like a DJ Khaled thing where it's like he's grabbing a bunch of different artists and making sure this record sounds good. So it was like coincidentally just happened that way. But of course, that would be something that to just get in the studio and make a brand new record with him would be amazing. It's a lot of different artists I feel like I haven't necessarily worked with, but they're more major label artists, and I can, accept that. I'm an independent artist, and it's only so much, I can ask for before. That's when you need those majors and those extra things and those pushes and support. So,
Speaking of producing, I mean, you released your first mixtape in 2010, which is only two years away, which is not that long ago. And before that, you did something else. Before you started rapping, how did you get into rapping at all? Let's go back a little bit.
I got more into rapping from doing production, which I've always been into music. Just I love for music business, and producing, writing, and all that. And I was always writing hooks just for to sell hooks. It's easier to sell music with written hooks on them. It gives the artist less work to do, inspires them to work hard. You know what I'm saying? As far as for that concept, and it's easier to just make placements. So I started writing that way, and then from there had so much just leftover music and just it was at a point too where people were actually ghostwriting full songs for other people. So just there I just started writing and had songs here but never really released anything. Just had a bunch of music that me and my friends would listen to. And then from there, once other people got to start hearing me rap just for fun, as I took it at first, they inspired me to just work harder at it and let me see that I could, grind and be Kid Ink, the artist, and not just, Rockstar, the producer behind the scenes, not really, just chilling.
Working as a producer, who did you work for? I heard something about Diddy. I don't know.
I have I was trying to make placements on Diddy's Last Train to Paris album. Ended up getting a record that made it to the mixtape that came out before the album. And then I've been in the studio with him before, Sean Kingston before. R&B artists, just different. It's a lot of different other producers, but I was more so working under other producers and just learning. It was a lot of learning experience at that time. So,
are you still producing right now? Sometimes just making beats.
I do more of co-production on other people's music now more than anything. Where like until I have a system that I have set up and like and enjoy in the studio that I can sit at now, it's harder on tour and not having just the right setting and vibe for me. And I just do more of just, you know what I'm saying, collaborating with other producers and chopping up stuff and moving stuff around and just giving ideas.
Is there already like a negative side of the fame? I mean, when you're at home, is there like a lot of things that changed throughout the fame?
I mean, definitely things change. More so like the way people around you just treat you or might perceive you always changes because you just never really know. I mean, even with just fans, you never really know what's going on. You just see what you see on TV or hear what you hear in the records and stuff like that. So, of course, even the people around you or just people that have known you forever, if they haven't been really around but still hear and see just what the fans see, they still perceive it the same exact way. So that can change sometimes.
Okay. I guess you have to talk a lot about your tattoos, which is awesome. What was your first tattoo?
Scaly right now with brand new tattoos. First tattoo, I got this like star design. I got on my arm. It was more just like artistic, and I was going by Rockstar at the time as a producer, so the stars and those 5 stars and Rockstar. It had just like a little, you know, I was 16, 17 years old, so it was just really cool at the time, and just to have the biggest tattoo in school. So that was the first one for sure.
What is your most important tattoo of all of them?
Most important, I mean, I try not to single any tattoos out because they always all mean something or have, you know, time representation. But I have my grandfather and my mom on my chest. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's always, you know, that's easy to, people, you know, that's 2 inspiring people that, you know, I would obviously have to inspire me for me to get their faces tattooed on my body. So,
do you have any regrets concerning tattoos?
Regrets? No, you can never have regrets getting tattoos. You have to accept, when you first start getting tattoos, you have to accept that it's going to be addictive and you're going to start getting stuff for at the moment sometimes, and you just have to really take those tattoos as representations of the moment more than what it actually represents to everyone else or what it looks like, you know.
Because it's personal.
Yeah. So you know exactly when you got it, where you got it, and why you got it, and everyone else might just see it some different way.
What's up with the whole bad theme thing? Because I think you have a couple of bad tattoos. I see one.
I have a lot. Got a couple different places. It was really just a lifestyle thing. I felt like, you know, like I said, I sacrifice a lot of sleep. I'm up a lot at night and working as a producer. One of the things you definitely sacrifice is sleep and work on, you know what I'm saying, music 8 p.m. to 8 a.m. And then you might get a little bit of rest and then you're back to work, you know what I'm saying, that next evening. So I felt like, you know what I'm saying, just the bat lifestyle and vampire lifestyle just represented so much. And at first it was just more of, you know what I'm saying, a fun thing. And then the fans just, you know what I'm saying, helped me push the movement and letting me know that it was more people out there who felt like, you know what I'm saying, they were up all night and just, you know, understood the lifestyle. So.
Do you like Batman, the movies?
Yeah, I mean, I guess that plays a big role. I can't definitely run away. Batman is the #1 superhero of all time. Not to sound like a nerd, but Superman is weak.
So you watched The Dark Knight Rises?
Oh, yeah, of course. Got to see all those movies. I've seen every Batman out millions of times. Okay. Over and over. So.
Which one's your favorite?
It's hard to say because, I mean, they all have different directors, different actors. So it's like you just got to accept them for the certain ones they were. I mean, I feel like, you know which, though? The one with Riddler and Robin, Mr. Freeze, that was a pretty fun Batman. But that was when it was more like playful. Now the Batman is real serious. You know, a lot of real good, you know what I mean? You know, it's real serious.
I mean, you talk a lot about weed, actually. Yeah. Do you like to smoke one before you watch a movie?
Always. I just smoked one before now.
How much do you like, if you need to say how much you smoke per day? Because you once said, I think, 9 grams. Is that correct?
It's moved now. It used to be. I'm going to go like 14 a day. Yeah, that's cool.
Touring is still cool, and the concert and everything.
14 a day is like a day On tour, it's like more than that. It's like 20. I think it's at least like 21 grams. But yeah, 14 a day is regular day. Social smoker too. You know, I don't smoke by myself. So other people around too smoking with me. I'm very influential with peer pressure.
Did you try some German weed already?
Yes, I have tried German weed. Right now, I have some German weed. Yesterday, I had some California weed for a second, but I had German weed for the past couple days. It's been pretty cool, you know.
How is it compared to the weed from the U.S.?
It's not like I don't want to put weed down because weed is weed, but it's like weed in the U.S. and in like California, it's like scientifically made in a lab and they add extra stuff to it. So it's just like makes it way heavier and it's just more potent sometimes just because they care for it so much. Because people are just nerds out there, just weed nerds. It's crazy. They have schools in Cali. Yeah, they have universities. Oaksterdam University where you can enroll, get financial aid, go to class, and learn how to grow from seed.
Why would they finance something like that?
Because it's the market, it's money, it's business. Making a lot of money out there in Cali.
Okay, I haven't heard anything like that in Germany actually, or not even in the Netherlands. But
yeah, not even out there yet. It's different, man.
Another topic is you've been on the cover, the XXL Magazine cover, which was the freshman shoot, 2012, with Danny Brown, Future, Iggy Azalea, Machine Gun Kelly, French Montana, different people. Was there really a shooting where you met all of them, or was it like, how was that?
Everyone was there. Everyone was all together for the entire day. We met up around like way early in the morning. Probably about a couple months for the cover drop. Had to do the photo shoots, the freestyle videos. It was even stuff that people didn't even get to see that didn't come out just because it wasn't ready on time. But it's like lost footage out there. But everyone, got to chill, hang out, smoke, drink. Like they had food and everything, and everyone was pretty much in the same area. So it wasn't like distance and a lot of Hollywoodness,
Are you still in contact with some of the artists, or?
I did when I see him around. Sometimes I do shows with some of the artists, Hobson, Future. I've seen Danny Brown around. We've done a show or two. I've seen Michael Morgan. We also did XXL shows afterwards too. So we met more than once just from that shoot. They had us come and do 2 different like shows together in New York and LA. So definitely and I also got to meet just some of the past, artists, Big Sean and just stuff like that. So it's cool.
Okay, referring to the shooting, you said or you complain that there's a lot of West Coast artists who are not appreciated enough as like Schoolboy Q or Creation. Well, not complain, but you said like it would be nice if they would be on the cover as well.
I felt like, not even just West Coast artists. I felt like it was a couple artists just on the voting list that could have made the cover, or that I just felt like were for sure, guaranteed, spots. And Schoolboy Q and like KC Veggies just happened to be 2 of them, both being from the West Coast. But then again, like I felt like somebody like Kirk O'Banks, who had, a #1 record, could have been on the cover, which, is something that they missed. Or Schoolboy Q, who also had his independent album, which did numbers, could have been on there. So it's like the proof is there with that too. It's just, I guess, some people missed those things or weren't paying attention. So
in another interview, you said that if you had to pick one album that you could take on an island, it would be Jay-Z's Blueprint. Yeah. Why that?
I felt like that was a classic album. That was track 1 through 13. Amazing. It was a project where I felt like Jay-Z, Kanye West, Just Blaze, and everyone at Rockefeller had an idea and came with an idea and stuck to it and created an album based upon it. It wasn't just a bunch of stuff thrown together or mixtape sounding. It was album. It was like one of the last classic albums I feel like that came out where everything was perfect.
Okay, which one is your favorite song from the Blueprint?
Favorite song from the Blueprint is a hard question because, like I said, every song was good. Probably one of my favorite songs would be Never Change because that's a record that I actually redid for myself on a mixtape, and the idea sparked from that record. So I guess that being me doing another records, you know what I'm saying, influence from that would have to be one of the favorite records, yeah.
And then the last question, do you think that Eminem killed Jay-Z on Renegade?
I thought that Eminem's verse on Renegades was amazing back in the day. Yeah. Definitely. I felt yeah, Eminem kind of killed that record. Eminem kind of killed Renegades. Yeah, I can't lie. But it was classic. It just made for a classic album. Jay-Z had to give him that, so it made it even better to just be able to say, "Oh, Eminem was on there and he murdered it." I understand.
Okay. Thank you very, very much.
All right. Thank you guys for having me.
Any last words for the fans?
Make sure you go cop my album Up and Away. Still available on iTunes. Check out the new single Drippin'. Request at your local radio station. Alumni in the building. With that lazy. There we go.